Welcome to the mesmerizing Blue Hole in Belize, a natural wonder that beckons adventurers from all corners of the world. Today, we'll embark on two unique journeys, offering a captivating comparison, delving into its depths or soaring high above. Two contrasting experiences, one awe-inspiring destination. So, are you drawn to the deep dive or the lofty flight? It's all up to you. Let's kick off this adventure.
One of my favorite parts so far about San Pedro is definitely going to be Tropic Air. Not only are they going to take you all across Belize, get you where you need to go, but they're also going to give you a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and that's flying over the Blue Hole. For the next hour, I'm going to be looking down, seeing how massive this sinkhole is. The check-in process was so easy and simple. Now let's go fly. Getting ready to take off, sitting in the co-pilot seat. Time to go check out the Blue Hole.
Oh my goodness, this first view of the Blue Hole has me in awe. We just spent 15 minutes flying over stunning reefs and even a shipwreck. Now we're around 800 feet, circling the Blue Hole 4 times total, twice on each side. There really isn't a bad view, but I must say co-pilot seat is pretty cool. Now we're flying over Half Moon Cay, the same island I will be having lunch on tomorrow. This flight has been never-ending reefs and stunning water.
Back onto solid ground. That was the most incredible experience, seeing the Blue Hole, going over some of the other reefs, and you have so much time to look over all of it and all the different coral, and I'm at a loss for words. We are up bright and early, and it is time to go dive the Blue Hole with Belize Pro Dive Center. Thank you. All right, after about almost a 2-hour boat ride, we have made it to the Blue Hole. It's time to go dive. Lunch was absolutely delicious, but we have to rewind a bit and tell you about the last 4 hours I've been having. It took us about 2 hours to get out to the Blue Hole, and on the drive out there were dolphins jumping and swimming next to our boat. It was so incredible, and they are such cute little creatures. And then we got to the Blue Hole, hopped in the water, and instantly you just start going down and you can't see anything. It's just so dark, and you're going down the wall of it, and then all of a sudden you see these huge, massive stalactites and like columns just coming down to when you're going, I can't even talk, it's just, so it's a wall going down, and then the wall kind of cuts back in, and then it goes back in, and it's part of the cave. And so there's these stalactites growing and forming back when this cave used to be not underwater, before like the ice age, and then it concaved in on itself in a perfect hole. We spent probably about 7 or 8 minutes down there because we went down to 130 feet, and you're swimming in and out of these columns and these stalactites, and it was just, it's so quiet. You can't hear anything. It's just so peaceful and serene. For the most part, you're not gonna see a ton of wildlife down in the Blue Hole, but we did get very lucky. We saw one shark at the very beginning kind of swimming through some of the stalactites, and then at the very end we saw 2 massive eagle rays swimming right on the edge as we were coming up about ready to surface. You know, while you're not seeing a ton of coral, you're not seeing a ton of wildlife, it is still absolutely amazing and so worth it. Little side note, never stand right underneath a palm tree because a coconut could fall on your head. So I 1,000,000% think it is worth it. It's definitely a dive like none other I've ever done. It's really magical and just peaceful and just quiet, and just the formations are something that you just wouldn't see on any other dive. Next up was our dive at Half Moon Cay. Wow, wow, wow. This dive is truly incredible. We saw eagle rays, we saw barracudas, we saw turtles, we saw so many fish, massive groupers that would just come right up next to your face and get right up next to you and had no cares about anything. The best part is I was swimming along with sharks. I think there's about 3 or 4 different sharks that just kept coming through and swimming around, and it was so incredible just like watching them look around and just like, oh, it was so cool. And the coral is gorgeous there. Now on this island, they have the red-footed booby birds, so we're gonna go check those out. I think this is like the only place in the world to see them. The walk over to the bird watching tower is only like 5 to 7 minute walk, and it's really enjoyable. Most of it is shaded. You're walking along the water, and then you're walking through some palm trees. One thing to know, it's not like a paved or wooden trail or anything, you're just walking in the sand. Not only are there a ton of birds and other reptiles everywhere, but the trail walking over here is full of hermit crabs. Everywhere you walk, you might think it's a rock or shell, but it's not, it's a hermit crab. These birds are massive. They're like the size of a pelican, I would say. They're way bigger than I thought they'd be, and they are so noisy and loud. Oh my gosh, so hot on this island. Make sure you reapply sunscreen. It just really doesn't get better than this. Belize is known for their world-class diving, and wow, it just has not let me down. And even just like if you're not diving, the snorkeling, we've got a bunch of people going with us right now that are snorkeling. They're seeing sharks, they're seeing dolphins, they're seeing turtles, they're seeing so many incredible things. And then just our lunch spot is this beach, this water. If Belize isn't on your bucket list, it has to be. And if diving with Belize Pro Dive Center to the Blue Hole or any of their dives is not on your bucket list, it has to be. And if you're not dive certified, snorkeling with them has to be on your bucket list. Unfortunately, it's time to leave this paradise island, and we're heading off to our 3rd dive site of the day. Final dive was incredible. Now finishing off with Scrum Punch. Cheers!
So, are you soaring above it or diving into it when you visit Belize? Personally, I recommend you do both. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.